the glass shattered and she started grabbing chunks of broken glass and throwing them at me.
Like ninja stars.
Yeah.
What is your best crazy ex-boyfriend story? I'll start.
If you were a cannibal, would you rather have a burger or a dick dog? Talk about nut sex.
Talking about nut sex. Would you rather have skin all over your body the texture of a nutsack, or be normal but everything else in the world has the texture of a nutsack? Hey guys!
Hello, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Hope we're all doing brilliantly this week.
Yeah, it feels like we haven't filmed in ages.
No, it's because we've left it so late to film this week.
yeah, we did. We were severely hungover on the bank holiday Monday.
Yes, which is because it was my brother's 18th birthday on Easter Sunday.
420.
If you ask me, that's a pretty sick day to have a birthday.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think he had a good day. And we all got presents on his birthday because we all got Easter eggs. So
yeah, even I did.
Yeah, I got you an Easter egg. Just a little one.
Slay. Although I still think that it was just a leftover one.
It wasn't a leftover one. Did I buy too many? Maybe.
Okay, so it's a leftover one.
But I still bought you one.
You honestly should have seen her in Tesco's with all these flipping Easter eggs.
Like a few weeks ago, I was just like stacked.
No, more than stacked, mate. You may as well have been having them on your head, on your feet.
I could not have carried any more.
When Easter eggs.
I went with Reese, I made sure we got a trolley. I went a basket, won't cut it.
We didn't even get a basket.
No.
You just turned yourself into a basket.
I was the basket.
Yeah. I did want to be a knob and stack my ones on top, but I thought
I actually would have been able to see.
Yeah, facts.
Like, genuinely, it was stacked up to my eyeballs.
Like, over the top of them. And can I just say, your house may as well be a flipping Easter egg shop.
Yeah, we've got loads. How many in this room alone?
In this room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
In just this room. Then you go out to the table, there's probably a good 3 at least on the dining table. And then you go into a room.
Well, it's mine and Reese's, and we each got one each from everyone, like all my grandparents, my mum. He bought me 3 Easter eggs.
Yeah. Why do you do that?
I don't know. I got him 2.
I got none from my boyfriend.
You didn't get him one either.
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Ugh. Woman.
Wait, so you bought him one, he didn't buy you one?
Obviously, it's Louis.
Oh, what a dick.
Anyway, bit of a tangent. How was your week?
Yeah, it's been good. Just glad to have a 4-day week last week at work.
4-day week this week as well.
And this week. Even though we've come back and it's absolute hell on earth after the bank holiday weekend for some reason. But yeah, the bank holiday weekend was busy, especially for you, I think, more than me.
Oh yeah, I had a great time. Went to Leeds to see Tabitha and Shay. It was so fun. I've never been to Leeds before. It's like a mini London, and the bars there are sick. They're so cool.
You sent me videos. They looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they remind me of the bars that were in Prague. They're really cool. They're really small, but they're all like I feel like they're all kind of themed. They're really, really cool. I mean, it is a uni town, so...
They looked like little indie bars.
Yeah, they kind of were. They were that sort of vibe. And, like, we went to one that had, like, a reggae night on. That was quite fun. Little reggae. Louis was being cocky. He was going, look how easy it is for me to make friends with people. I just literally kept going up, going, my name's Louis. I was like, oh, my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Give me a break.
That's just embarrassing.
You're telling me.
You had a fun weekend either way.
Fun weekend, yeah. It was really good. And then came back quite early. And then came in.
You got back earlier than I thought you would, actually.
Yeah, well, we thought we were going to come back late, but then we got a lift in the end.
I don't even think I did anything aside from my brother's birthday. I literally had like a... Yeah, I did on Friday. I went to Watford. Saturday, I had a day to myself.
Yeah,
it was great. Self-care day. And then my brother's birthday. And then died on Monday.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't even hungover because I didn't even get that drunk. I was just knackered.
I had the worst anxiety. I didn't want to do anything. I got home, got changed. Well, I took my clothes off to get changed. I just couldn't be arsed. I literally was naked the whole time. Never lay in bed naked. Okay, never do that.
No, I never do that.
I don't know. I'm just not comfortable with it. Not because of Louis or anything. I'd rather just, if I'm going to be near enough naked, I'd rather just have an oversized shirt on.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? But
And at least like some underwear.
Could not be fucked. Louis loved it, obviously.
Oh, of course.
But yeah.
Best day of his life.
Yeah. One time only.
Never again.
Never again.
What have we got lined up today? We are doing, what are we doing?
Reddit. I think we found our new obsession.
Yeah, well, I've never been on Reddit in my life until we started doing the podcast. Yeah. And now I find how funny it is.
It's great.
I think it's good to talk about. It's good conversation starter.
Is it basically porn? Yeah.
It's always basically porn.
But I think as well, we might start putting stuff on Reddit because, I mean, half of it will be Americanized, but you know what? It's fine.
Yeah. When I was looking on there for stuff earlier, the amount of porn I came across was not okay when I was doing it at work.
Yeah.
Glad I was on my lunch break.
Is that half our fault for taking the censor thing off? Yes.
Yeah, but that's the only way you get good stuff.
Yeah, that's true. None of mine were through that.
A couple of mine were.
Yeah, no, I didn't find any, but... Anyway, on that note, we are doing breakup stories.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun.
Like, crazy or ridiculous breakup stories, really.
Yeah.
I don't know how funny they are. I have a couple of mine. I've actually forgotten what ones I've
same
picked. They might just be as much of a surprise for me as they are for you.
But also, I feel like it's more likely for me to forget. So, funny enough, I think one of the best ones that I found was actually the one that I found on Monday.
Oh, really?
Before this idea. But I'm going to start off with it.
Go for it.
What's your worst breakup story? Obviously, someone's just asked that. Anyway, this is from Big Up Borez, 13 years ago.
13 years ago? Christ.
My ex got into art and started attending an evening class, so one Christmas I spent a fortune on all the gear for her. Oil paints, water paints, brushes, canvases, blah, 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 blah. And that shit is not cheap.
No, it is not.
No, it's bloody not. Come Christmas Day, she opened her presents, broke into tears, and ran out the house, smashing the car into the garden wall as she left and disappeared for 3 days before finally calling me after a completely ruined Christmas.
He's trying to kill you!
Fuck off! Oh my goodness!
Right.
I'm down there now. Anyway, so I don't get murdered again. Where was I?
Right. After a completely ruined Christmas.
A ruined photo. After a completely ruined Christmas of my family and her family worried sick about what had happened to her. Turned out she'd not been going to art classes, she's been fucking some other guy. And that was it for me, really. Never saw her again, despite her wasted attempts to say sorry.
Yikes.
Could you imagine? No.
Wait. She's opened up these things that she's been lying. She's going to these like painting classes, whatever. She's like, oh yeah. Oh, how was your painting class? Oh yeah, it was good. Yeah, thanks. Why did she not think he would buy her something like that?
Fuck knows. And why is that what flips your brain?
And she opens it, balls
on Christmas Day,
out.
Runs out, crashes the car.
Yeah, how did she crash the car into the wall?
I don't know. Maybe she must have been trying to escape. But
trying to escape,
babe, if you're gonna try and cover it up, don't cry over some paints.
Yeah, her brain did not let that happen any longer.
No,
that's such a stupid thing to do.
Where the fuck did you go for 3 days? And also, both sides of the family gonna get hold of you. Oh, come on.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
What the fuck?
Can you imagine sitting there on Christmas Day? You bought Reese all of his car stuff when he was in it at the time, and him running away from you, crashing
his car, and
then disappearing for 3 days. Probably going off to fuck the girl.
Nah.
Yep.
That
and
is
then
crazy.
Coming back to say sorry.
Sorry, I disappeared for 3 days over Christmas over some oil paints.
Yeah, sorry I disappeared for 3 days on Christmas Day, ruined your Christmas, probably my family's and your family's. But you know what? I don't care.
Yikes.
Crazy.
What the fuck?
And to try and go back after.
Honestly, that's like a whole crash out moment.
Quite literally.
Quite literally. She crashed into a wall and then tried to come crashing back in. I don't think
she could have at least taken the oil paints and stuff though.
She could have just kept lying. It was one more day, girl.
Yeah,
you're gonna lie that long.
Or just don't lie.
Well, yeah, that is a start. But if you're already there, now you're just crying over your Christmas presents. That is so awful.
Yeah.
Imagine the guy as well. She just burst into tears and he's like, what did I do?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because he's just sat there like, I bought her these art supplies. I thought she liked it. She's just run out the house, crashed the car into the wall, and it's disappeared for 3 days over some paint. He's got no clue.
Did she drive the crashed car?
I hope so, because that's funnier.
That is funny. Funny.
I think it's actually more funny if she was to crash into the wall, leave it there, get out, run on foot. Just down the road.
That is so true.
Like, can you imagine them running out after her? She's just...
with all the painting supplies. No, babe, wait!
I wonder if they'd opened it, like, if he'd opened his presents yet, or if he had to open his presents without her there. Like, from her.
Oh my god, that should have been a question asked back to him.
Yeah. That's so crazy. That would have
so
just,
many
like,
unanswered
the
questions.
aftermath of that is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't even know what
do you do?
I don't know. I'd be gobsmacked. I'd probably be calling
Imagine
you.
being, like, the parents as well. You're just like, 1, where's my daughter? 2, where's my son's girlfriend gone?
And 3, why she ran away from paint? They wouldn't have known at the time.
No clue.
He probably would have been questioning his whole life over some paints.
Reddit, what are your most ridiculous breakup stories? I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. In my mid-20s, I'd been dating a girl seriously for almost a year. We were watching a movie in my townhouse one night, and she was acting really weird, kind of distant and standoffish, which was very unlike her normal behaviour. As it started to get late, she told me that she had to go back to her apartment, which was also unusual since she typically stayed at my place several nights a week, and certainly if we were hanging out late at night. But I told her goodbye and didn't think much of it. The next morning, I went to feed my dog, who pretty much lived in the backyards during the nice times of the year, but he was nowhere to be found. I knew he wiggled under the fence sometimes, and although I had made efforts to patch up with chicken wire the weak spots, he would still sometimes figure a way to get out. So I went to the front door, figuring he might be out in the neighbourhood somewhere, and as I opened the front door, I was greeted by the sight of my dead dog on the porch with a note from my girlfriend saying that she was breaking up with me and she was sorry about the dog. Apparently, in her haste to get away from the night before, she accidentally run over poor Johnny Johnson, who had been lying behind her car in the driveway. So yeah, pretty much the worst thing I ever experienced.
What? Sorry for the dog? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, just, she's breaking up with me, sorry about the dog. You just killed his dog. She just run his dog over, didn't say anything, put it on the porch with a note.
Maybe that's why she broke up with him.
Like,
that was a cover-up story, because what the flip?
What do you mean?
What also, why is the dog just chilling on the driveway?
The dog's just laying on the driveway, minding his business.
Yeah, well, it's definitely laying on the driveway now.
She's just trying to get away in such a haste, she just bump over the dog.
Did it say it was behind the car?
Yeah, it said, apparently in her haste, she'd accidentally run over the dog who'd been lying behind her car in the driveway.
So, did she just decide to reverse real quick?
I don't know what she did, but she managed to run over this poor dog.
What did the dog do?
Nothing.
What the dog do?
What the dog do?
God, I could not. Fuck that. I'd be killing you.
It's the fact that she's clearly moved it from where it was on the driveway.
What, she just
put it on the front porch, managed to find paper to write a note to say, I'm breaking up with you, sorry I killed your dog.
Oh, I would have gone ape shit.
Absolutely mental.
I know, sorry Reese, making you out like you're some shit person here. Could you imagine Reese in his van driving away from you and hitting Tink or Daisy?
Yeah, no, done. Are you kidding?
Well, he's already done with you, mate.
No,
he's on the go.
I'd be done. I'm done with the world.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, how are you doing that?
And no. And then he gets out of his van, picks Daisy up, puts her on the table, dead, with a note.
Outside your door, between the two doors?
With a note saying, sorry, I killed Daisy, I ran her over, but we're done, by the way.
Yeah, have a good life.
Nah.
Yeah, crazy.
Just like
the poor dog.
You would go and say something.
Also, how do you only just remember that? Oh, thinking about it in my 20s, that would scar me. Yeah, that would honestly scar the shit out of me.
I don't know how old he is now. He could be 60 now, for all we know. It could have been 40 years ago, but still.
Wouldn't surprise me if there's a 6-year-old on Reddit.
Oh my god, I read that and I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The one comment I have on here that is screenshotted as well is, that fucking sucks. You could probably pursue legal action. The dog did nothing wrong.
In fact.
Facts. Poor little
guy.
Poor little guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Poor Johnny Johnson. Who calls their dog Johnny Johnson as well?
Yeah, crazy.
This actually leads on very well to the fact that we should probably talk about that we found a dog today.
Today, Lexi was driving in to our house. We just see a dog.
It's just running, and it had no collar or no lead, like nothing.
And there were these
4 kids.
And they were all screaming, and then I'm like looking around trying to figure out where the dog went, because it went through a garden, and I don't really want to walk through some random person's garden. And they were like, "Are you looking for a dog? Have you lost a dog?" I was like, no. But I'm going to assume it's lost then.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not your dog.
I've gone round through this person's garden, but it all ended up opening out, so I didn't feel that weird after. And I was worried it went round the back of the shed, because there was another pathway around the back of the shed. But I went out and saw him. I was like, "Come on then, come here." And he came right up to me, the sweetest little staffy.
Yeah, he was.
So sweet. He was an old boy.
Grey nose.
He was so cute. And he followed me. He was happy to follow me. He went for a little jog with me to get him just out to where we were. And then the kids came back. And then he didn't know what to do with himself. He just kind of like tensed up a little bit. But I came into the house to her mum. I was like, "Nikki, I need Tink's collar."
She's like, "Dog."
She was like, "What?" I was like, "There's a dog." She was like, "I'm coming."
We ended up taking him to the vets, and he had a microchip, so that's good. But then when we got home,
the kids did something good.
Yeah, this woman knocked on the door, and I opened it, and she was like, "Some kids out there told me that you have my dog," and I was like, "Oh, it's your dog." "Oh, yeah, that's fine." So I called my mum over. We told her that we took him to the vets. Found out his name's Lincoln. Lincoln, such a sophisticated man. He's so cute. He was so friendly and so happy to go in the car, because we just took him to the vet.
Dog. He was trying to get in everyone's car.
Yeah, he loves the car.
I think it was like his little safe space at the time.
But no, he was really cute, and we looked after him.
Turns out he literally lives
around
the corner.
Over there.
But he went on a journey. He seemed happy.
Yeah, he didn't mind. And I mean, it's always better to just take him to the vet.
Yeah, he was so
we could have knocked on every person's door.
Apparently, he goes out a lot, and he ends up at the vet that we took him to.
I think she said he was 10 years old. Oh, guy.
Sweet boy.
He's so cute.
Sweet boy. He used to have a little Spanish family. Very cute. Yeah, sweetest little dog. That's the first time I've ever managed to get a hold of a stray dog.
I've never done that either.
Not a stray dog, but a dog that's been out on the loose, on the run.
We've had it with Tink a couple times where we've had a phone call from someone being like, "By the way, we have your dog." And I'm like, that's why she has a collar.
Oh, that reminds me of the time when we were at your birthday in Reading, and me and Brie ran out the house, and Tink's just running up with us, and we're like, "What the?"
That's what I mean. That's why she's got a collar. She's got mum's and Barry's number on it.
Yeah,
because she gets out a lot.
Staffies.
The gate gets left open a lot.
I feel like it's just a staffy thing.
Yeah, they're very inquisitive.
Yeah,
and they're very friendly. So that if they'll see someone walk past, they'll be like, "Hello, hello."
Just on my daily stroll.
I mean, Tink sticks her little nose out of the little hole we have in our fence.
Oh, it was so cute. You weren't there, so Lexi went off to see if she could find anyone, and her dog. They have like a little cat bit for your fence.
It's like a little hole, basically.
It's like a cat flap, but without a flap.
Yeah, it's so the cats don't climb over the fence and ruin it, even though they do.
They do anyway. And Tink just stuck a little nose out, and they were like sniffing each other for a good 5 minutes, and then the dog, Lincoln, just did not want to leave. And your mum was like, "Come on, come on."
Well, the woman said that he's not very friendly with other boy dogs.
Yeah,
but Tink's a girl, so
yeah,
they were little friends through the gate for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
bless them.
And the only way I could get him to your mum's car was again by having a little jog with him. So
just a little.
Like, come on.
He sat so nicely with me in the back, though. I was just sat there stroking him.
Yeah, he's definitely used to cars. Anywho,
back on topic.
What is your worst breakup story? During a summer in between my freshman and sophomore year of college, my girlfriend called me telling me she had a big surprise for me if I came to visit her that weekend. She lived 3 hours away. We met at school. But I decided to visit her, walked into her house with a bouquet of flowers, and immediately got broken up with. I started crying, in brackets. This was back before I became a jaded bastard of today. And then her entire family comes walking into the house. So here I am, standing with flowers in my hands, tears pouring down my cheeks, and then my ex says, well, I have to get going. To top it off, for the entire drive back, it was pouring with rain, I was crying non-stop, and then I got lost and it ended up taking me 5 hours to get back home.
Oh my God.
Looking back at it, I laugh now because it seriously felt like a scene straight out of a movie. And then at the bottom of it, drove 3 hours to visit girlfriend with a big surprise. The surprise was getting dumped.
That's a little bit unnecessary.
By the sounds of it, all of these are a bit unnecessary.
Like, you've just made this poor man who you're about to break up with drive 3 hours. You know it's going to be a 6-hour round trip minimum.
Oh, happy as Larry. Driving up.
I've got a surprise.
Hold on. I'm going to role play. Are you ready?
Oh, hello.
Oh my God, hello.
We're breaking up.
What do you mean we're breaking up?
That's it, we're done. Whole family walks in. I've got to go. So you need to leave.
Yeah, okay.
Cries the whole way home.
God, sorry, let me put these back.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that.
Driving that's such an American thing. Driving 3 hours to go to your girlfriend's house for her to be like, hi, bye.
I see you.
Yeah, and then to get lost on the way back, driving 5 hours.
She didn't feel bad the whole time he was driving. Like, she knew when he left, he would have been like, I'm just leaving now, see you in 3 hours. She didn't feel bad.
With her family there. To get out the conversation?
Just break up over text. Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay. You could have called.
It's not at the time, but it was definitely better than that.
100%.
You wasted this poor man's 8 hours worth of fuel.
And also, facts, actually.
That's a lot of money. And I bet it were a decent pair of flowers. Bunch of flowers.
I bet it was, actually.
But no. You had to be a bitch.
That's so dread. That's actually extremely
But she was like, oh, thank you. Bye. See you later.
That is awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the heart to do that.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, genuinely.
No, I wouldn't either. Or if I was going to do it, I'd at least make it like at least a period of time so we could sit down, have a conversation, like talk it out. No, family's here, bye. See ya. Didn't want to be ya.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah, toodles. Bitch.
So this also shit grammar. Sorry, let me read what this says. What was your most horrible / ridiculous post-breakup?
How's that about grammar?
Post-breakup story, surely. Doesn't sound like a good ending to the sentence. Anyway, so
I've just got shit grammar anyway.
This girl that I dated in high school for over a year was all kinds of crazy and manipulative. I finally broke up with her after she cheated on me. It was in her room at her house so that I could leave rather than trying to get her to leave. When I said it, without even thinking about it, she grabbed her jewellery box and chucked it at her window. The glass shattered and she started grabbing chunks of broken glass and throwing them at me.
Like Ninja Stars.
Yeah. 2 hit me, 1 in the shoulder and 1 grazed my face. Like, she just started lobbing window glass at this guy, right? I ran from that house and made a point to avoid her at all costs at school.
At school,
because they were in high school. After she found out that I'd told people about the encounter, she went even crazier and came to my house in the middle of the night with a friend who threw a fucking barbecue through my bedroom window.
What is it with her throwing shit through windows?
She threw a whole barbecue through his window.
Christ.
Said that resulted in police action, which I found hilarious later. That's it. Threw a barbecue through my bedroom window after throwing shards of glass.
Does she think she is a ninja? Why? What do you mean? You're getting shards of glass? Just fuck you. Fuck you. fuck you.
Can you imagine being in that situation? Like,
after you cheated and you're in the wrong.
Yeah. Just him be like, look, I found out you cheated. When I'm not even going to do this. We're breaking up. You know, that's it. I'm leaving. And she's like, yeah.
Also, the jewellery box.
Just grabs her jewellery box, launches it.
Cha! Cha!
And then goes to the window, picks up the broken glass, and proceeds to lob it at him.
And then
crazy.
Decides to, I see a barbecue. You know where that's going?
Yeah, me and my mate are going to come around to your house at night and throw an entire barbecue through your bedroom window.
Yeah, that's crazy. These Americans.
I know.
I swear.
I know.
I'm not saying the Brits are much better because it probably would have been knives, but...
Yeah, facts.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, isn't it? I read that and I was like, sorry.
She literally could have killed him. Yeah. Because you cheated.
Yeah, exactly. That's the key point.
People are crazy when they are the one that cheated. Like, so crazy.
Yeah, they act so hard done by, but it was literally their fault.
Yeah, anyway, not going
Anyway. What
is your best crazy ex-boyfriend story? I'll start.
Alright.
Ex-girlfriends always get the bad rep for being crazy. So I'll say let's even the odds with something crazy ex-boyfriend stories. Jesus Christ!
This dyslexic. Is not going well at all today.
Do I need to make it bigger? I was in high school and I met this guy in German class. We hit it off and started dating. We dated for about 6 months and he kept pressuring me to have sex with him when I wasn't ready. She was 15. So I broke it off with him. He proceeds to stalk me at school, following me to classes. He calls my house. He calls my house constantly. Shows up at my work. He calls every Sunday around 3 p.m. saying he's going to overdose on pills and himself.
Every Sunday?
Every Sunday at 3 p.m. It's a routine.
Jesus.
My dad got on the phone and put the end to that. To top off the crazy, he stalks me to class again and hands me a letter. I go into class to read it, and it's a letter about how he's going to himself and my guy best friend because he thinks we're together, and how he was going to blow up the school and stalk me forever.
Blow up the school? At 15?
He thinks it's Minecraft. The kicker is that the note had fucking blood all over it. He emo cut his wrists, in brackets, across, not down, and then wrote the note. I turned the note into the office and he got suspended. Fast forward going on 10 years later, I still get messages that he loves me and he will never let me go. What? So now I want to hear your best.
So she's now like 25, 26. She's still getting messages from this crazy guy.
Can you imagine the amount of emails he has?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How many times he's changed his phone number?
But what do you mean you're blowing up the school? What do you mean you're blowing up the school?
What do you mean you have an alarm set for 2:58 every Sunday to call this girl and tell her you're going to sell?
Yeah. And I don't understand, like, why are you giving her letters out of your own blood? That's so psychotic.
Someone needs to be in a mental asylum.
Yeah, at very minimum
How
therapy.
does she not have a restraining order? I would have had one at 15.
Idea. I don't know. Probably because they were in school, I'd imagine. But like,
the blood letter would have been that. Would have been it for me.
Yeah, facts. Like, would you? I can't imagine just.
Yeah, just all over the page.
Oh my god, it's like period painting. Have you seen that?
It's like what?
Period painting. Like they will period into a cup and they will paint with it.
See, I've heard like stories, but I didn't think people actually did it.
Yeah, like
I thought it was like people taking the piss.
Meditation type thing. Yes.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's just minging.
But clearly his meditation is cutting his wrists and writing letters. So
and messaging you for 10 years.
Plus.
Yeah. I bet they still get messages.
Yeah. How long? This was 13 years ago.
They still get messages. I
100%.
Guarantee you.
100%.
I sent my ex-girlfriend to the ER and I regret it.
Brilliant.
A little background. I, 32 male, hate cheaters. My father, 59 male, was a serial cheater. But my mother, 57 female, didn't leave because she was dependent on him. So as soon as I was able to, I took my mother, left his house, and it's been 10 years since I spoke to him. My ex-girlfriend, 29 female, girlfriend of 2 years at the time, knew this. One night, I came back from work to find both my mum and my girlfriend upset, but they wouldn't tell me, so I figured it was some woman thing. But that night, my girlfriend left the room and I followed her to find them arguing. The story is that my girlfriend was planning to meet with some guy, but my mother, I guess thanks to her experience with my father, knew something was up and followed her. She prevented my girlfriend from sleeping with that man and wanted to tell me. Since nothing happened, she hoped that I could forgive and try and repair the relationship, but my girlfriend was against it, hence why they were fighting.
Mm-hmm.
When I'd understood the situation, I went in and told my girlfriend to leave that same night. Typical to the cheater, she blamed me and begged. But since my mind was already made up, she got mad, but not at me, at my mother, and even tried to attack her. And this is where I was an arsehole. I started recording when I first heard them arguing so that I had proof. I could claim that I was protecting my mother, so I hit her in her face as hard as I could. We called an ambulance and she spent the night at the hospital and then a week in bed. And as I expected, everyone accepted the explanation of me just protecting my mum. Even my mum thinks that I just reacted. But I know that's not the case. I could have used less strength. I could even have stopped her before she reached my mum, but no, I was so angry that all I wanted to do was hurt her, and now I just have the image of her knocked out in my head.
Good.
Facts.
Don't fuck with the mother.
Absolutely. There is like an edit to this as well, right? So clearly he's had loads of comments.
Yeah.
And it's edit. No one except my ex's parents have talked harshly to me. Thank you for calling me out. I guess I needed that. Also, thank you to those who tried to defend me. It was nice of you, but don't hit someone in anger, because when you calm down, it never feels good. That being said, there were a few misconceptions in the comments that I'd like to correct. Not that it would change anything, though. Also, I'd like to answer some common questions. First, my ex is okay now. I've seen her from time to time since we live in the same city. You'll be glad to know that I'm no longer in a relationship and don't plan to ever. This was the first time I hurt someone and it'll also be the last. Fair. From where I'm from, people don't really believe in therapy. They don't even believe in allergy, so I haven't tried, but it might help. I know I have issues. Yes, my ex did try to cheat. She admitted it herself. It was not just my mother's story. No, I didn't escalate the situation into a fight so that I could hit her. I started recording when I was still hiding and listening to them. It's something that I learned from Reddit after a breakup. One party tries to blame the other by spreading lies, so when I understood what my mother and my ex were talking about, I started recording. And then when I'd had enough, I went to the living room and told her to leave. Yeah. Yes, my mother was in danger. My ex literally jumped on her. I know 57 is not too old, but she could have been badly hurt. Still, I know that I could have restrained her instead of hitting her like that. But that's just so funny.
That is funny. But what do you mean? How does the mum find that out?
I don't know how she found that out. To be honest, that's a good question.
Like, she just had some instincts going on there.
I mean, I guess if maybe... I mean, she's clearly been cheated on like a million times by the dad. So she must just have like a little instinct.
Yeah, that's insane. Also, why would you do that to him? Like, he's probably gonna... He says he has issues. I don't think he would have issues. If you've gone through that your whole life and then something like that happens and then you just think your mum's gonna get hurt. Like, I don't think he has... He might have issues, but not in the sense that the comments
I don't think he's got issues. I think he feels bad because it was premeditated. He knew he was going to go in there and he was going to punch her. But he just now had a reason.
But he, like... She knew that about him. She knew that about him. And she's just like...
I think it's fair.
Fuck it. I'm going to do it to you too.
I think it was fair for him to punch her.
Yeah, facts.
Punch her in the face.
Yeah.
The hell? But yeah, that is just insane.
Yeah, no, that is insane. I don't...
But imagine you punched her so hard that she stayed overnight in hospital. And then was...
yeah, I can't.
In bed for a week.
Yeah, no, I can't actually, yeah. She wouldn't have known what was coming.
No. He said, get out my house. She said, no, please, blah, blah, blah. And he went, whack.
Get out my house. No, I'm going to attack your mum instead.
Yeah, she went, no, please. This is your fault. Jumps on your mum and he just goes smack in your face.
Yeah, fair.
And she's out cold.
Fair.
They called an ambulance.
Do you know what?
They called an ambulance.
I don't care what people say. Men have right to hit a woman.
I agree.
When it gets to certain fucking situations, I do not care.
I agree.
No,
there are some times where
if she hits 3 times, bollocks.
No. I think humans can hit humans regardless of gender. Sometimes people just need a smack.
Yeah, fact. And half the time it's girls.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Girls sometimes just need to be told.
They don't need to be told, they need to smack.
And also, do you reckon she's ever cheated again? Because I don't.
Probably.
Do you think? After getting smacked in the face?
She didn't get to the cheating part.
Yeah, true. What's the craziest thing that your ex did during a breakup? He broke into my apartment with the intention of scaring me, murdering me, to go through my things. I'm not exactly sure. I was asleep in the back bedroom. I didn't even know it had happened until one of my closest friends at the time told me the story that he told her.
No.
He said he broke in knowing that I was asleep and he had a knife. He said he stood over me but was so nervous about whatever he'd planned to do that the sweat was dripping off his face and landing on me. I'd never been filled with more disgust and anger than when she told me that story. I couldn't understand how she could casually hang out with this guy and listen to what he was telling her. That was the last time I hung out with her. He did a lot of insane things after we broke up. Somehow, he had tapped into my phone. He would send verbatim messages to me of conversations that I'd had with other people through text messages. But after hearing the break-in story, I knew that he was beyond stalking or anything else he'd done. I filed a PFA that week. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming some sort of restraining order. Needless to say, it really fucked me up for a while.
Yeah.
Imagine you find that out. I couldn't imagine being told that someone had broken into my house. And I had no clue that it happened.
And they were going to murder you.
Yeah, nah. And then they pussied out. They pussied out and left.
Could you imagine waking up?
And you're feeling a bit sweaty. And it's not yours, but you have no clue.
But you see someone just...
Nah.
Over you.
I feel like I would always wake up in that situation. Like, you know when you just feel like someone's watching you?
Mm.
How did she not wake up? I don't know. She must have been out cold.
Out cold.
Out cold.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Some of you guys need to chill.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Some of you need to take a chill pill.
You know what? There are just people in this world that are just fucking insane.
Yeah, no, I agree. And why though? Like, is it really that deep that you want to kill someone?
No, nothing's ever that deep.
Why is it that deep that you want to murder someone and then go to jail for it?
It's not that deep.
Why is it that deep that the person that you love and you are stalking to try and get back, that you decide, oh, you know what? If I can't be with them, no one can. Oh, but now I can't be with anyone anyway because I'm bending over for soap instead. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know. The whole thing's just fucked.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, dearie me indeed.
Oh, dearie me.
That was all the ones I had, though.
Well, that was interesting.
There's
some fucking weirdos out there.
I just, some of them we were reading, you probably found the same thing where, like, just, like, normal breakup stuff. And then you just find something like what we've just read. Just at the minute, and you're like, wow, people have actually lived this.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just a story. Some of them probably could be, like, a made-up story or whatever. But a lot of them seem too, like, specific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And, like, what do you mean someone threw a barbecue through your window? How would you come up with that unless it actually happened?
What do you mean? Someone's standing over you trying to stab you?
Yeah, facts. Just the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. You need to chill. People come and go, unfortunately. Get a grip. So yeah, we're doing some fun Would You Rather questions.
Would you rather?
Would you rather be me or be you?
Be me.
Anyway, would you like to start this time?
Yeah, sure. I have 5. You have 5?
I have 5.
Actually, I say I have 5. I have 4.5 because I haven't finished the last one because I don't know what to put. So,
brilliant.
My first one is: would you rather give up oral sex or cheese?
Well, that's a hard one for me.
Yeah, I know it is.
Cheese may as well be sex to me. Although, actually, at the moment, I don't really eat as much cheese as I used to.
But would you give it up forever?
Over sex, yes.
Only oral sex. You can still have sex. You just can't get head or give head.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy for me. I'd give up cheese straight away.
It'd have to be cheese, I think.
Do you think?
I'd just have to find a really good cheese alternative. Like fake cheese.
Fake cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I love cheese.
I know you love cheese.
Give up Baby Bells. For a bit of dick.
In your mouth?
In my gob.
Or the other way around?
Oh, but you can't beat that.
Yeah, that's so true. I don't think I could
live off sex toys.
But
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No. Cheese.
Cheese.
It'd have to be cheese. I saw that question quite a few times actually, but cheese.
Cheese.
I'd have to give up cheese, yeah. Would you rather be able to eat whatever you want, have no negative consequence, but have no taste? Or never be able to eat your top 5 favourite foods again?
What?
What would be your top 5 favourite foods?
My top 5 favourites? Edamame beans. So random, but I'm obsessed with it and I really want to eat it right now. Breaded salmon. So good.
Random, but slay.
Chocolate.
Although you can't eat it.
All these things I'm listing I probably can't eat anyway.
Yeah, true. Except edamame beans.
I know I can't eat them either.
Why?
They were on my list.
They were.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
What else would I rate as like a thing I'd reach for a lot? Probably some sort of like pain au chocolat.
What about like a pasta that I'd make? Or like my marinade.
The chorizo pasta.
I was thinking my marinade chicken pasta.
Chorizo pasta. But then the alternative is to never taste them again. But so what's the point in eating?
You never gain weight.
But there's no point in eating at that point because you can't taste anything anyway. You'll just be eating to feel your mouth move.
I reckon you would find new favourite foods as well. But see, mine would be fruit. I could not eat fruit.
I don't think fruit's in my favourites, so I'd be alright.
Fruit. Mine would be like
chocolate covered strawberries, I wouldn't be able to have those. And that's dread.
I think another one of your tops is a garlic bread.
Oh, I do like a garlic. Oh my god, bread. Onion rings. Oh my god, I wouldn't be able to pick top 5.
Hash browns.
Oh, nah, because if somebody made me write down my top 5 favourite foods, I'd lie.
Do you know what I want to make? Homemade hash browns.
You just like shred potato and onion.
Why have I not done that?
And then shape it and deep fry it. You could do that as well. You got a deep fryer. Definitely.
Anyway, yeah, would you rather eat whatever you like with no negative consequence but have no taste, or lose the 5 top favourite foods?
I think I'd have to eat with no consequence.
I love food too much. I'd have to lose my 5 favourite, I reckon. Oh, imagine you could scran as much as you want. Yeah, okay, you have no taste, but a lot of people have no taste now because of COVID.
That's what I'm thinking. And also, I could eat as much as I want and be what I want to look like. I think that is more appealing.
You could literally smash out eating challenges. Yeah, fags.
Oh, that is actually impossible, I think.
Yeah. Well, you gotta pick one. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to go with no taste just because I want to be a skinny queen.
You think I'm skinny?
You think I'm skinny?
By the way, this girl acts like she's obese, so ignore her.
I just want to be a skinny queen. If you were a cannibal, would you rather have a boob burger or a dick dog?
Oh dear. Well, you see.
Like, if you had to choose, would you rather have...
Is it a flaccid willy?
Well, it's got to be in a hot dog bun with like the ketchup and the mustard. You just crunch it on a penis.
And how big's the tit?
Well, depends if it's yours or mine.
Well, if mine's going in there, it's overflowing.
If yours is going in there, that's like a triple burger.
Yeah, facts.
If mine's going in, it's just a normal cheeseburger.
Yeah, mine's stacked. Mine's a stacked burger.
I guess you could probably choose, but would you rather a boob or a dick?
A dick, and hope that it's small. Because I feel like
It's
And
slightly less meaty, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat on a boob.
Yeah.
And you can't eat it because there'll be dairy in it probably. So.
Probably.
But also, what if it's a
Can
cheesy
you imagine
dick?
just a hot dog is just a penis in it?
Be like your fanny waffle that you got in Budapest.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That you brought home and then it was disgusting.
Yeah.
You didn't eat it straight away.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, I'm going to say this now coming off this one, and it's one that I actually mentioned at work because it was fucking funny and I kind of got pissed off that I did say it to you after I said it. Would you rather A, ejaculate one sperm that's the size of a tadpole, or B, spooge regular size sperm but they can all talk?
I think one, and it's a tadpole, because there's no chance in hell I'm like, there's so many as well, like in normal ejaculation. You're just screaming.
Them. Start naming them.
How loud can they talk?
Imagine you could hear them inside of you.
I didn't think about that. One's going, "Mummy, mummy," because they're your babies, bro. Oh, no, that's not happening.
Or like you could just hear them like racing to the egg. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Oh fuck.
I just no.
And you'd
I'm not
hear
having
them
that.
all like start to die.
Oh, it would just all go quiet. They live for like 3 days as well. You'd be hearing them for
longer than that
minute.
sometimes.
Hot minute.
Oh,
and everyone else can hear them.
You had sex the day before. You get eaten out the day after. Hey! Hi!
Nice to see you again.
Hi! How are you?
If it's a different person.
Whose sperm is that?
Imagine if it's in your throat. On your head. On your stomach.
On your face. What would you rather? The tadpole?
What was it? What was the tadpole one again?
One tadpole. One sperm.
Just one tadpole.
But do you know how big that would be?
But I'm not the one. Well, I guess
you would be. Going through the shaft.
Don't say shaft.
What if it already had little legs by that point? It'd run out of your penis.
I'd just not come.
A wet dream. You get woken up from a wet dream because there's a tadpole trying to escape.
You get woken up from a wet dream. Ah!
At least you know you had a wet dream.
They're just screaming. And you wake up the person you're sleeping next to and then everyone knows.
How loud are they? Like, are we talking megaphone loud?
Oh my god. You know the people that like have a wank in like public places? You'd hear them.
Oh, well, I can imagine. You know when it like goes...
Yeah.
You know when it goes like flying up? All I can imagine... I'm flying! Oh dear.
No, I couldn't have that.
Oh dear.
I'd have to have a tadpole. I could not have that.
It would be funny though.
Can you imagine trying to explain that to like a girl?
And I like if it's only you. No one else.
Yeah, it's only you. You've got to try. You're trying to get with a girl. You've got to explain that.
I reckon you would just never come.
Exactly.
Or what if you like had a pre-word, but like, better shut the fuck up. What if you could hear them through your ballsack?
You're never alone.
No, never alone. People think you're crazy and you just talk to your ballsack.
That's gross. On the same topic, would you rather receive an alert every time that your best friend has sex, or they get an alert when you have sex? So would you rather get an alert on your phone every time I fuck Reese, or would you rather me get a notification every time you fuck Louis?
I'd rather you get a notification every time I fuck Louis, because you probably know every time I fuck Louis, because I always come up with some weird story.
Well, like, if you got one from me, you'd be like, "Oh my god, first one in a month." It wouldn't be very often for you. It wouldn't be very often.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas I feel like my phone would be more pingy.
And what type of notification is it? Like a siren?
No, imagine it's just like a text message. You just get a text message. It's just like, Lexi just had sex.
Or like, Wednesday, 8:45 p.m. Lexi is having sex.
No, imagine you look at my snap maps and I'm somewhere like creative, like me and Reese are somewhere ridiculous. Like outside Pets at Home.
Oh, don't mind them, they're just raw dog in the back of Mackie's bins.
Imagine like we're on holiday, we're trying to be sneaky about it, you just get a text. You'd burst into the room, I know you would. You'd be like, excuse me, look what I've got on my phone.
Oh, that is true. I'd never leave you alone.
No.
If we were on holiday.
You'd get that text and you'd ring me.
No, because I'd tell Louis. And Louis would be the problem.
You'd both be ringing me. And you'd leave me a voicemail just like moaning down the phone.
That is so true. I would do that. I would 100% do that.
I know you would.
Or I'd be like, so are you having a good time?
You try to FaceTime me on saying, I know you.
Talking about nutsacks from the previous one.
Go on. Talking about nutsacks.
Talking about nutsacks. Would you rather have skin all over your body the texture of a nutsack?
Oh.
Or be normal but everything else in the world has the texture of a nutsack? Think about it. You eat a sandwich, it tastes like a sandwich, but it feels like you're eating a nutsack. You're getting busy with a girl, nutsack everywhere. They're your two options. Imagine looking at me and just seeing a ball bag. Can you imagine?
Just the texture though. So like your skin would look like the skin of a ball sack.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm the texture of a ball sack. Like the table feels like a ball sack. My phone feels like a ball. I think you'd probably get used to it.
You would, but no one else would if you were that.
Exactly. So
You'd
I feel like I'd
bullied.
Bullied.
Giving birth to a nutsack.
You just are a nutsack.
Newborns do kind of look like a nutsack, to be honest.
But
just, oh, you're so cute. You look like your father.
No, I'd have to have everything else be a nutsack. I can't be bullied like that. I couldn't take it.
I was going to say, it'd be alright if you were born like that, because you wouldn't know any different. But imagine it just, instead of going blind overnight, nutsack. Overnight. You'd think you're on hallucinogenic.
Don't ask me, I don't know. Hallucinogenic.
You think you're pinging.
You think you're tripping balls? For real?
Yeah, you think you're tripping nutsacks, mate.
Absolute nutsacks.
Crazy.
But if you were a nutsack, you could get famous for being a nutsack.
Yeah, for all the wrong reasons.
But you're famous. Imagine being rich because you look like a nutsack.
On the cover of Vogue.
You know what I'm kind of picturing? I'm kind of picturing like Deadpool. Like, you'd look like a nutsack though.
I don't know what I'd pick. I don't know. I'm not being a ballsack, but I'm not being a nutsack. I'd honestly feel like I'm on shrooms. I'm on acid or something.
Imagine eating a sandwich and it's just the texture of a nutsack.
Well, this is what I was thinking when I was reading it. I was like, you can't deal with textures.
I'd have to be a nutsack.
You wouldn't eat.
No, I'm being a nutsack. I've decided. I'm going to be a nutsack. And then I'm going to get famous from it.
Your boobs would just be two balls.
That would be so funny.
Your nipples might, be like a bell end.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, dear. Oliver, I didn't write it down, but there was one that I saw that was like, I can't remember the other would you rather part of it, but it was like, would you rather have foreskin as a neck that you could pull up to your hairline? Could you imagine? See you later. Not nutsack. Fucking hell.
Nutsack.
What's it called? Foreskin.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't want to.
And then one of the comments was like, well, at least you'd be warm in winter.
Yeah, you would. You got your own neck warmer.
God.
Right. Would you rather have a horizontal butt crack or a vertical mouth? So would you rather your mouth be like this or your bum be like this?
I feel like my bum being that way is just a bit inconvenient.
I mean, it's not made. Nothing is made for a horizontal butt crack.
No.
But a vertical mouth.
But imagine trying to explain that during set. Where's your fanny going?
I mean, your fanny's still this way.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work.
Of course it would.
Like, no, it wouldn't. Because your holes are so close to each other. What, there's just a whole butt cheek in the middle of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where would your bum hole go?
Same place.
Halfway up your back.
Literally same place, just the crack is the other way round. So instead of it going like this, it goes like this.
So your bum would open, it would spread that way.
Yeah.
But that would work with your fanny.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about it too much.
Sorry, I am.
But I could not have a vertical mouth. At least you can hide that.
You could look like a fish.
Like, imagine your teeth are vertical. Your tongue is vertical. It's like...
Yeah, but some people have noses on their forehead. It's like...
You're known as the vertical mouth girl. Let's think about it this way, right?
Boys would be obsessed.
Facts.
Just saying.
Facts. But can you imagine, right? Everyone sees your vertical mouth. You can't hide that at all. But only specific people will know about your horizontal bum.
But no one will know about it because they'll know about it and then not want to go near it.
You'd find someone that likes a horizontal bum.
Imagine farting. It would clap more.
Can you imagine some guy in a club trying to feel your bum and it's just one butt cheek and then the other butt cheek?
I reckon it'd give you a fat arse though.
You'd have a huge arse.
But you'd have no definition.
No,
or if it would, it would go this way.
I was going to say, it's probably going to be like this.
You'd have to constantly wear a nappy. So I don't think you would get away with it.
Oh my god, what would you do with underwear?
You'd have
like
to get
a
it made
thong?
for you. You'd have to get every piece of trouser made for you. You can't be having a line going this way.
And your line goes the other way.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine having a vertical mouth. That seems so inconvenient.
I need a Snapchat filter. Oh.
And your teeth are that way. And you've got to eat food. Like, you've got to eat a sandwich like this.
Everything fall off your spoon.
Oh, thanks. You'd have to actually shovel that spoon, like, straight down the side of your mouth.
Oh.
You've got to brush your teeth sideways.
I guess it's going to have to be a bum then, isn't it?
I'd have to go with bum. I'd figure out a way to hide that from people.
You'd have to, like, boob tape it. Flatten it out.
You could boob tape it.
Fill it.
You could just ask, like, and hope and pray you've got a flat arse. Because then it wouldn't be so bad.
Or you get a bum job. A BBL.
Yeah, you could fix it, probably.
Hopefully. Can't really fix a mouth.
Can't fix your mouth.
May as well fix your whole face. Like, how are you doing
Fix your
that?
face.
Fix your face, bitch. How are you doing that?
Yeah. And everyone already knows you've got a vertical mouth. That's what would throw me
How
off.
would your jaw work as well? Like, what you're talking, your nose is going up and down with it.
Or your mouth opens like this. Nah.
Nah. Not today.
Nope. Would you rather have to live for a month in The Walking Dead or in The Last of Us? Now, I've never seen The Last of Us.
Season 2's just come out. Me and Louis started watching it.
There's no chance I'm going to The Walking Dead.
I promise you now, The Last of Us is 10 times worse and I'd go to The Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah. So, The Last of Us, for one, they aren't zombies. They are smarter than zombies. They all evolve as well. So, like in the second one, they have something called an avalanche. They're all in the snow, underneath the ground, and the way it works, it's kind of like fungus. And if you activate that, or you step on it, or you do anything, you put heat towards it, and you activate it, they all come alive. And then suddenly you have thousands and thousands of these things chasing you. And they have different types. They have normal zombies. Well, they're not zombies, but they have normal infected things, which are fine. They're all right. Then they have clickers. They don't have a face. Their face is all fungusy and disgusting. And you just hear them go... And They can't see.
I don't think I could watch The Last of Us.
Nah, you wouldn't like it.
Because I watched Walking Dead and it gave me nightmares.
Yeah, you
would. And I haven't finished it. I'm on like season 2.
You wouldn't be able to watch it, I don't think. It's very fucking good though.
I'm such a pussy.
The first scene is when it all starts happening.
I've watched people play the games.
It's the exact same as the game.
But the games also freak me out.
Yeah. And like the first scene in episode 1, season 1, you see Joel's brother Tommy's daughter die. Instantly. Oh. Zombies everywhere.
Lovely.
Yeah, so there's clickers, which like if you throw something they'll go towards that. So that's the only thing, but they're beefy. They're hard to kill. They're beefy. Now they've got like these tanky guys which do not die no matter what you do basically. And yeah, like it's 100% worse than The Walking Dead.
I couldn't do a month in either of them. I'd have to get
I need to show you. I feel like I need to show you a picture of what they look like.
It freaks me out. I've seen like literally maybe 2 seasons, and I had the worst nightmares ever. I don't get nightmares.
Yeah, I do want to do.
And I really want to watch it as well because I really enjoyed it, but it made me so paranoid.
Anyway, 100% The Walking Dead.
Okay.
I am not going through that. They are 100% worse.
I feel, I don't know, so I can't really answer it, but it would probably be The Walking Dead because I feel like they do get a little bit of peace.
You do get peace in The Last of Us, but they just keep evolving. So now they no longer have peace.
But you're only there for a month.
The Walking Dead?
No, like the question.
Oh.
You only have to be there for a month.
The Walking Dead.
Fair.
Like, watch The Last of Us.
I don't think I could.
It's good. It is really good. Don't get me wrong.
I'm just such a pussy.
It's very, very good though. It's very, very good. And it's definitely one you can hide behind because you know when stuff's happening. Like, it's not jump scary or anything.
You could do that with The Walking Dead. I just feel like I'm even more of a pussy. I feel like we've been on a million tangents in this.
We have, yeah.
We've had a lot of conversations throughout this, and I don't think we need to talk anymore.
It's going to be a long episode.
It's been a fun episode, though. Please subscribe. Please like. Watch the video through the whole way. Please, thank you.
Please, thank you.
Please go and check us out on Spotify.
Yes.
Thanks so much for watching. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.